What an exciting evening we have planned tonight for you. Oh my goodness. Everybody bailed on me here tonight. Kendra had some work to do, and I had Mike Walker lined up to come on, but Mike Walker is having some serious technical difficulties at home with his internet. So this is what you got tonight, man. Thanks for joining. Really, I probably won't make an hour. I just really, tonight, we just want to go over pulling season starting Saturday for East Coast Pro Pulling, Interstate Truck and Tractor Pullers, and we just want to go ahead and touch base with that a little bit. Apologize to promoter Jamie. I had a big show planned tonight, but that obviously went south very quick. So, but anyway, gosh, where do I start? I guess we'll start with some banners here real quick for you. Okay. But everybody can pick on Kendra. I guess it's pick on Kendra night, so you can throw in all the pickle jokes you want. And while we're at it, we can go after Mike Walker too, because he was here, tried to work, but it didn't work out for him. So we can throw stones at him too. Just kidding, of course, but we appreciate you trying, Mike. And I know he's in the chat, keeping an eye on stuff for us tonight. So I just want to go ahead and get a couple of these scrollers going here. I will mention oops, that we had an event scheduled Sunday for Delmarva tractor pullers, the Antique Tractor Pull Club. That has been canceled. Lack of help, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. That has been canceled. So there will be no antique test and tune Sunday at Tuckahoe. That has been canceled. So anyway, we got a great event coming up this Saturday night at 6 p.m. at the Tuckahoe Steam and Gas Association Showgrounds. And somewhere around here, if you give me just a minute, I do have a banner. A banner I have. A banner I'll show you here. Maybe. I wish they would make these couple steps a little easier. You got a bunch of clicking on buttons and stuff you got to do. But anyway, we'll make it work here. Hopefully. There we go. We got her. We're getting her. We're getting her. Okay. There we go. So anyway, I'll just go ahead and make that large. April 22nd, that's a Saturday at 6 p.m. at the Tuckahoe Steam and Gas Association Showgrounds, as I like to say, at 11472 Ocean Gateway in Easton, Maryland. 6 p.m. start time. And I do believe, I'm not sure what the class orders are going to be, but for the East Coast Pro Pulling, we have the East Coast Diesel four-wheel drive trucks, the light pro stock tractors, limited pro stock semi trucks, and the 466 hot farm tractors. That is an all diesel show coming to you from the Pro Pulling League, East Coast Pro Pulling. So that's going to be pretty cool. 4 classes there. And also for the Interstate Truck and Tractor Pullers, so it'll be the 7,800 pound modified tractors and the 8,500 pound mod turbo tractors. So 6 classes, great vehicles, great competition. I know Jamie and his crew will do everything they can to make the best track you're going to get there. And Jamie takes this stuff very seriously, and I can always tell when Jamie's having a good night or a disturbed night. So, but trust me, nobody wants this show to go off without a hitch and be Class A perfect more than Jamie Hall. So I know those guys will do a stellar job to make sure that happens. So Mother Nature will cooperate with us. We do hope. The chance isn't strong enough to worry about at this point. So come on out. I'm not sure what the ticket prices are for the event, but it'll be well worth the money spent. Like I say, it's the first event for 2023 for East Coast Pro Pulling and the Interstate Truck and Tractor Pullers. Good to see them together, making this show work here. So, and again, Sunday show, it was going to be a doubleheader. Sunday's Delmarva Test and Tune, the Delmarva Tractor Pullers Antique Tractor Pull Test and Tune is canceled now. So their next hook will be at Easton, Tuckahoe, on June 3rd. Make sure I got that right. Yeah, June 3rd at Easton here. So that's their next scheduled hook. East Coast Pro Pulling, May 6th at 6 p.m. will be at the Greensboro Fire Department in Greensboro, Maryland. And that's going to be the 7,500 pound modified tractors, 466 hot farm tractors, East Coast diesel 4x4 trucks, light pro tractors, and the limited pro stock semis. Greensboro has, again, is another place that's went above and beyond the Call of Duty, if you will. They've made a lot of improvements. It's a fantastic facility. Then the track gets better every time we hook there, and the bleacher seating is improved. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. I believe the pits have moved, and it's just going to be a smoother running operation. Not that it wasn't before, but the fire chief there, I'm going to call him Jim. I think his name's Jim. I'm bad with names. Just they're dedicated to putting on excellent shows there, and it shows. They are doing. In fact, East Coast Pro Pulling will be there 3 times in 2023. So we're looking forward to it. We enjoy going there. It's flat. There's no hills. It makes for a fun time. And following that, May 27th at 6 p.m., East Coast Pro Pulling will be at the Washington County Ag Center in Boonesboro, Maryland at 6 p.m. And that will be the first hook for our 9,500 pound super stock, 10,000 pound pro stock tractors, 7,500 pound modifieds, 6,200 pound modified 4-wheel drive, East Coast diesel 4x4 truck class, the hot farm tractors, and the limited pro stock semi trucks again will be on hand to put on a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 class show. That's going to be awesome. If you've never been to Washington County, put it on your bucket list, because that's another place that underwent some upgrades around the facility, and I know it's a never-ending task there. They have other ideas in mind, so we'll see if they can get those done. They have some other ideas there, so it's a fantastic facility, as are all of them here so far that I've mentioned. The following week, a couple of weeks after that, actually a month, almost a month, June 24th, the Delaware International Speedway in Delmar, Delaware has us back again. One of 2 hooks this year for 2023 at 7 p.m. And at the Super Stock, Pro Stock tractors, the 466 Hot Farm tractors, 6,200 pound modified 4-wheel drive trucks. Michelle, you got a bullseye on your back. She's a reigning champion there from last year. 7,500 pound modified tractors, East Coast diesel 4x4 trucks, and the limited pro stock semis. I'm going to tell you what, these diesel trucks, the semis, East Coast diesel 4-wheel drives, and the hot farms are going to have a tremendous amount of hooks, it looks like, this year. And that's cool. And then I'm going to go ahead and go in. I'm going to reach out to July 1st, and we'll stop. And we'll take a look at interstate stuff here real quick. But June 30th, we have a 2-day event, and at Shippensburg, at the Shippensburg Fairgrounds, in Shippensburg, Pennsylvania. June 30th, we'll have the East Coast diesel 4x4 trucks, light pro stock tractors, the 7,500 pound modified tractors. I'm sorry, I think they were removed from the schedule. I could be wrong on that, but I think modified 4x4 trucks are scheduled to run there now on the 30th, and the super stock, pro stock trucks will also be there. Tractors. And good evening, April Puffin Bargers. Everything okay on your end? We're all good to go now. You'll know what I'm talking about. And when are they coming to Pennsylvania? I'm talking about Shippensburg, Pennsylvania now. So July 1st is day 2 for Shippensburg, Pennsylvania. And that would be the East Coast diesel 4x4 trucks, light pro stock tractor, super stock pro stock tractors, and the limited pro stock semis will be on hand there. Mason-Dixon Fair, Terry Suter, for your Pennsylvania question. The next one will be July 15th at 7 p.m. at the Mason-Dixon Fair here in Delta, Pennsylvania. and that'll be the Pro Stock Diesel 4x4 trucks, hot farm tractors, limited Pro Stock semi trucks, and also the 6,200-pound modified four-wheel drive trucks were added to that show. So 4 classes there at Delta this year. And then we could go ahead and look ahead to July 26th, Lebanon Area Fair in Lebanon, Pennsylvania, Terry. Super Stock, Pro Stock tractor, 6,200-pound modified 4x4 trucks. Let's see, East Coast Diesel 4x4 trucks, hot farm tractors, and the limited Pro Stock semi trucks. And there is a rain date of July 27th, and those events start at 7:30 p.m. But the date is July 26th. Rain date July 27th, the next night. So, but there's more events coming up in August as well in Pennsylvania. So, yeah, it's a pretty full schedule. I know there's some other venues that may be interested in pulling. Of course, we're getting close to hard to schedule points classes now, but hey, it's always worth a phone call. Trust me, they'll talk to you. So anyway, yeah, definitely this Saturday, put it on your list of things to do, and come on down to Easton, and like I say, Jamie and the crew put on a hell of a show, and they would be more than happy to have you come and sit in and enjoy the show with us. So 6 big classes again. It's as you see there, the East Coast Diesel 4x4 trucks, light Pro Stock tractors, limited Pro Stock semis, 466 hot farm, and also the Interstate 7,800-pound modified tractors and the 8,500-pound mod turbo tractors. And both those classes are no slouches. They can get it done. So it's good to it'd be good to see them along with the East Coast Pro Pulling. Okay, now I'm going to go over here and dig. Oh boy, working without a net tonight here, folks. All my help has disappeared tonight. So anyway, we can't pick on Kendra too bad. She's usually here for us in the midst of tax season and everything. She was still here for us. So she just had a commitment tonight that she couldn't get out of work-wise. So we'll take a look for in her part for Interstate. Of course, we know we just said Easton, Maryland is their first hook for the modified tractors and mod turbos tractors. On 428, Westminster, Maryland. Okay, they do have, let's see, the Interstate show starts at 7 p.m. and they'll be running the 6,000-pound classic modified tractors, 7,700-pound light limited turbo tractors, 7,800-pound modified, and the 8,500-pound mod turbo. Now, did they pull anything on the 29th for Interstate? Let's see. Yes. Saturday at 6 p.m. Interstate will have the 6,200-pound two-wheel drive truck class there, amongst some other stuff. So, street pickups, 8,000-pound 3.0 diesel trucks, semis, dump trucks, and 8,000 street diesel. There are 9 points pulls, non-interstate stuff. So, just the interstate two-wheel drives is the only class that will be there for that one. April hasn't answered me yet. That's not good. I was kind of hoping we got that taken care of. So, let's see. May 6th, 6 p.m., Boonesboro, Maryland. They are going to be running the 13.5 hot stock, 4,500-pound small block trucks, 8,500-pound mod turbos, 7,800-pound modified tractors, street stock semis, and 8,000 street diesel trucks. And I'm going to say that's probably the Western Maryland Pullers event. And I'm sure it is. Okay. And that, again, is at the Washington County Ag Center in Boonesboro, Maryland. I'm doing my best to get 30 minutes out of this show, folks. So if you have any questions, please touch base with us. Like, subscribe, share. I'm telling you, YouTube is a hard battle nowadays for this channel. I mentioned to get going here with 2023 to get some new video footage going. Of course, you know, we have plenty from Keystone, but that could be a tough sell too. Indoor pools, people just, you know, when you got a smoker class, they want to see the smoke. They don't want to see a chrome or a black stack going up the track. But And some people watch it, and some people absolutely refuse to watch indoor pulling. And that's, hey, it's a free America, so we do what we want. So we don't want to watch it, we don't watch it. We want to watch it, we watch it. So, but we appreciate all those that support our channel, EEP pulling videos, and the new stuff's coming. We got the GoPro shined up, ready to go. We're going to do some pit stuff too, and who knows? Who knows what we'll get into with the filming? So, anyway, back to the interstate schedule here. Excuse me. May 6th also at 6:30 p.m. The Jefferson County, I'm sorry, the fairgrounds, in Kearneysville, West Virginia. The 6,000-pound classic modified, 6,200-pound two-wheel drive trucks, 6,200-pound modified street 4x4, 13.5 farm stock, 8,000 street diesel dirt drags. Oh boy. I wonder if they put a limited sign-ups on that. That'll be huge. And the 7,000 street gas trucks. That's pretty cool stuff there. Yeah, I guarantee you that'll be a big night of pulling there in Jefferson County. May 20th at 6 p.m. Mont Alto, Pennsylvania. I've been there one time in 2020, in the COVID year. And I tell you what, that pretty cool little facility. I really had a good time there. 6 p.m. start time, 4,500 small block trucks. And that's a 4x4 class. 7,800-pound modified, 7,700 light limited turbo, 1,850 small block minis, 2,050 big block minis, and the 9,500-pound farm stock 8-mile-per-hour class will be on hand there. And I'm sure Jeff Jersey Paulding will probably be on hand to run that big block modified class there at Mont Alto that night. Let's see, May 20th also, Saturday, 6 p.m., Luray, Virginia, at the Luray Fire Department, Luray, Virginia. 11,000 hot farm, 10,000 pro farm, the 8,500-pound mod turbo, 6,200-pound two-wheel drive, 9,000-pound farm stock, 11,000 farm stock, and the open diesel trucks. So that's another big night of pulling there. And looks like May 27th at 6 p.m., Craigsville, Virginia, Drive-In Motorsports, 7,800-pound modifieds and 6,200-pound two-wheel drive trucks. And then June 3rd, Two Top, Pennsylvania at 6 p.m. Big classes here. Here we go. 10,000 Pro Farm, 8,500-pound mod turbo, 4,500-pound small block 4x4 trucks, then 13,000 farm stock 12-mile-per-hour limit, 13,000 farm stock 8-mile-per-hour limit, 9,500 farm stock 8-mile-per-hour limit, and the street semis, and the semis must bring their own hitch. So that'll be a big night of pulling in Two Top, Pennsylvania. Been there a couple times. Pretty neat little place. I'm sure it's changed since I've been there. Maybe not. It's been a long time since I've been there. So, hey, Len, how are you? And thanks for joining us. So, yeah, it's going to be a big, it's exciting. It's always exciting to get pumped up to go for the first event. And we are. It's a couple days away. Of course, Mother Nature's got to throw just a hint of rain in the forecast. We're not worried about it right now. So we're going there regardless. I know this crew's going to be loaded up and gone, and anxiously waiting to hit trackside and get the filming. So let's see. What else can I go over here real quick? I don't want to get too far ahead of her too far ahead of Kendra. I'll let her take care of the interstate stuff. So, but yeah, there's that. Believe me, that's just a minute amount of the scheduled events for this season for both associations, and there's others. I can read you off some Sealands Grove stuff up there. June 3rd at 6:30 p.m. So I don't have the classes listed. My apologies. Again, this was all thrown together last minute here, real quick. We had spent a lot of time trying to get Mikey get his computer figured out, and even the cell phone. We couldn't get either one to work to get him on the show tonight. So I'm just digging for information here right now. June 3rd, 6:30 p.m. July 8th, 6:30 p.m. September 2nd, 6:30 p.m. and October 6th and 7th. I'm not those start times will vary because they have a tremendous amount of classes there, and that's their big championship final weekend, and that's Selinsgrove, Pennsylvania, Snyder County, Pullers. You definitely that too is another venue that's went through a lot of changes, and it's a good time up there. Make sure you put it on your bucket list to go see. So yeah, I mean, it's just a prime example here. October 14th. I mean, it's been many years since we've pulled that late into the season here with East Coast Pro Pulling. October 14th is our final hook at Delmarva, Delaware, at the Delaware International Speedway. That'll be the final hook for this year. So. Oh well. I hope I'm not missing anything. Again, Jamie, I apologize. He really, we were really going to amp up this pool, and this pool Easton's been going on for many years, and this is probably, if I remember correctly, it's been a while, but that East Coast Pro Pulling has been involved with the first hook at Easton, and of course we have an event there later in the year in July, July 21st to be the second event for East Coast Pro Pulling there at Tuckahoe. So, but there's plenty of parking, plenty of shaded parking, uh, food on the grounds. They got plenty of food to eat, bathrooms, bathhouses, and stuff like that. So, come out and support the event. It's we want to see the bleachers full, and it usually does get a good crowd there. So, I know the July show is packed, and this show here will be packed. We hope so. We got, like I say, 6 great classes coming up. Jamie and the crew do a good job, so we're looking forward to that. And, being the first event of the season, we got to scratch the rust off a little bit, but things will be just fine. We'll have a great event, so we're looking forward to it. And hi, Clint. Yes, it has been a while, buddy. I figured you went into hiding or Mama kicked you out or something. I wasn't sure what was going on with you. I ain't seen you in a while. Terry Suter, I don't know how far away you live from Easton, but I would highly suggest if you don't mind a little bit of a drive coming down out of Pennsylvania, to come on down to Easton. While you're at it, you might as well just leave there and go to Ocean City for a couple of days. It's not that far away, so absolutely. There's Brian Morrison. Thumbs up, Brian. I won't pick on you tonight, buddy. I'll leave you alone. But I know I got other dates here somewhere. Mason Dixon, Nicole Morrison. I know she's got a schedule going this year. She'll skin me because I don't know what I've done with. I have her dates somewhere, but again, this is all unscripted. Let's see if I got something here for you. Now, I wrote him down here somewhere, Nicole. I apologize if you're watching. Brian Morrison, if you know, you can type him in there for me real quick. Mason Dixon Pools, June 2nd. That's always a Friday. June 14th will be the regular Mason Dixon Pool. Of course, July 15th will be the East Coast Pro Pulling event, which we read to you just a few minutes ago. September 15th will be the final hook at the Delta, and that's going to be the 15th. That'll be a Friday night as well. So that's June 2nd, July 14th and 15th, and September 15th at the Mason Dixon Fairgrounds in Delta, Pennsylvania. And I mean, it's right on the line, so right up the street here. And we just had, actually, there's some things here I can go over. We had a meeting here a couple of weeks ago for Mason Dixon Pools. There's going to be some changes coming as far as classes are concerned. We don't have the rules etched in stone yet. We're still digging on that. They will be coming out very soon because June 2nd will be here before you know it. But we want to kind of try to match up with the local vehicles. And but I do know that the street and Hot Street is going to be merged into what's going to be known as a Wild Street truck 4x4 class, super street semi, I'm sorry, which is basically a class for the limited pro stock semi, if you will, for East Coast. Uh, Participation's been really low in that class, so we're not sure how much longer that's going to hang in there for the Friday night events. Now, for Saturday's East Coast Pro Pulling event, that's going to be a full bore pro stock semi, limited pro stock semi class. So that doesn't apply to them. Uh, so be looking forward to be looking for updates online here very soon for rule changes for Mason Dixon pools. um, it's been 10 classes in the past. We run a class of stock tractors too. If you will, a hot farm or a pro farm style class that will allow 540 cubic inches. Snyder County guys, that means you come down, support us. We'd appreciate it. So we got some good guys, lined up for those events, and that helped put the show on up there. Delta Cardiff proceeds go to the Delta Cardiff Volunteer Fire Company. It's all for good things for the community there. So come on out and support it. Good evening, David Kaufman. How are you? I just saw a video, Dave. I was going through some old footage I was skimming around looking for something to post on the page, David. And I won't bring up any hard feelings here or anything, but the camera swung over and caught you and your dad standing trackside, and you were pretty young, and your dad had full head of black hair. I was like, holy moly, that goes back some years. I don't remember. Early 2000s, maybe, I think it was. I can't remember, but it was pretty cool to see that. I have a lot of old stuff that I just haven't even transferred to the computer yet, and sometimes you get people to watch it. Sometimes they just, I'll get the sour messages like, "Why you post that old garbage? I want to see new stuff." And I'm like, sorry, not everybody's like you. So I don't want that. Was in the late 90s. Poor Dave. Clint's always picking on somebody. Yeah, that happens a lot. Can I send it to you, please? Yes. Give me. Yeah, I'll probably, if a video isn't posted, I'll probably put it up. I just gotta remember which one it was. I'll go back. I mean, I can't even begin to tell you how many DVDs are behind me in these albums. I haven't counted them, but it's pushing 1,000, if not more. I got a lot, so I could hit YouTube with 10 videos a day, and it'll last for years. That's how much I got. So, but that takes time to do all that, download it, and then you got to edit it a little bit, because back then, it was. I edit differently nowadays than I did back then. Let's put it that way. Well, that's good, Glenn. That's good. The more I see, I love the old videos. The more gumption I'll get to get them loaded in a computer and get them posted. So, absolutely. But I do. I get it. You'd be surprised. I'll get not comments, but private messages on Facebook, whatever, emails mostly. Just, why do you bother posting that old stuff? And I'm like, if you're a real pulling fan, you'll appreciate the older stuff too, because it's cool to take a look back every now and then. So expect it. I'm not gonna. Yeah, exactly, David. I'm gonna keep posting the older stuff too. It does what it does. I don't care, because I know there's people like David, myself, and others that enjoy that stuff. So you can't please everybody. You try to, but it just doesn't work. But hopefully they don't get mad and leave the channel for it. But yeah, you bet. Real engineering. I mean, it's all real engineering, but yeah, they took what they had and they made it work. That's for sure. It's old classic pulling is awesome. So for sure. What else can we talk about real quick, folks? I'm running out of ideas here. Oh, you know what we can talk about here real quick? Oh my goodness. How can I forget about East Coast Diesel? Shame on me. So for this year, this is some. I don't know why that's like that. Hang on a minute. Working without a minute. If you're a diesel truck puller with a super stock diesel truck, pro stock diesel truck, 3.0, as long as you meet the safety rules for East Coast Pro Pulling trucks, which is Pro Pulling League. If you're not coming to these East Coast Pro Pulling events with your diesel truck and take a shot at winning $1,000, hello, people holler for more money. Here it is. East Coast Diesel and Carl Ankiewicz, CE Ankiewicz Construction and Excavation have stepped up and first place all year long. First place to win that truck class is $1,000 per event. $1,000 to win. For regional, state, that's good moolah. Lamar has stepped up over the last, I don't know, handful of years or so. Has really put a lot of money in the diesel truck class and payouts. And Carl stepped in with him this year. And of course, they collaborate. They're a team, and $1,000 to win. So come on out and run it, man. That should be a tremendous truck class this year. I'm not saying you're going to have huge numbers because they're scattered about. It's several miles to travel, but to win, if you got a good truck, even if anybody can win anytime. Come support it. 1,000 to win. I didn't count how many hooks they have this year, but anytime you show up with a diesel truck that meets the rules, you stand a chance of winning $1,000. So, and they didn't, as far as I know, they didn't. The money didn't come from the lower positions either. So, this is money that they have pitched up and put into the class to pay $1,000 to win any of the pools this year in that East Coast Diesel 4x4 truck class. Get them signed up, boys. Bring them on. This weekend, first class. First one of the year. See who's going to take the first $1,000 win home this year. Looking forward to it. A schedule for all the pools this year. Dave Kaufman, I'll tell you what. I can tell you to go to eastcoastpropulling.org. eastcoastpropulling.org. That will give you all the Pro Pulling League, East Coast Pro Pulling, schedule. Interstatepullers.com for the interstate shows. SCTPA.com, I believe it is, will give you Snyder counties. Dragonpools.com for Dragon Motorsports. Full Pool Productions will give you those.com. I'm sorry. Gosh, and there's others, but they're going to be a pretty good drive for us, Western Pennsylvania. Empire State Pullers, if you feel like going to New York. NYTPA, I believe they're .coms. We'll get you New York schedule. So I know I'm forgetting somebody, and I'll never hear the end of it. Hey, if you want to slow her down a little bit and just have a easy afternoon, you can also DelmarvaTractorPullers.com. They got several events scheduled this year, a little closer to home for you. So that's right, Chris Smith. We love it all, don't we? You're right. Absolutely. You bet. Well, I don't see any other questions coming in. You had better hair then. I'm not quite sure who you're talking to. That's funny. But yeah, we had a doubleheader this weekend, doggone it, and things just didn't work out for Delmarva, so their show Sunday is canceled. But one more time for Jamie and the crew down there in Easton, Maryland. I guess I could pull that up for them real quick. It's here somewhere. Okay. One more time. Have you heard anything? No, I have not, Clint. I have not heard anything about Kevin Windsor's misfortune. Uh, I'm sure they'll do everything they can and work diligently, gathering parts and whatever they need to get back on the track again. But that was a total loss there on that as far as an engine goes. So, and I'm not laughing at that. I'm laughing at Chris Smith. Kendra's not here, Chris, but I'm sure she'll read that. Tuckahoe Steam and Gas this Saturday night, April 22nd, 6 p.m. 11472 Ocean Gateway, Route 50, if you will, in Easton, Maryland. Classes: East Coast Pro Pulling will be the East Coast Diesel 4x4 trucks. Almost said it. Light Pro Stock tractors, limited Pro Stock semis, 466 hot farm tractors, and also the Interstate Truck and Tractor Pullers will have their 7,800-pound modified tractor class, along with the 8,500-pound mod turbo tractors. It's going to be a big night of pulling, and there's no slouches in any of those classes. Every one of them are hard runners. So a lot of smoke and a little bit of thunder too coming from the Interstate modified tractors. I wish I could tell you what it costs to get in. I don't have that information in front of me. So, but, food will be available. You know, free parking. So, not a bad seat in the house. So, I'm sure they would be more than happy to have you come in and sit down and enjoy the event. There is pools at Kenton this year. They are not East Coast Pro Pulling, David. I believe it's Snyder County. Anything else? Going once, going twice. It'll be an early night tonight. Probably a good thing. I got to get my stuff ready to go. I got cameras to make. Well, some of them. I got to maintenance the cameras. I got all the other stuff done. Keystone. Keystone is hard on video equipment. For sure. But we have a good time, don't we? Keystone Champions. I promise you, you won't have to wait. Frames are ordered. The frames are here. I got to design the photos, get them printed, get them here, get everything packaged up, get your videos burned. Some of them are already done. And we'll be shipping out your 2023 championship stuff from the Keystone Nationals. So that's all I have, folks. I made it 38 minutes. Kendra will be so proud of me to do that on my own. So now you now you know who puts up with the rest of the 20 minutes plus. It's all Kendra. But anyway, I hope I haven't forgot anything. Again, this was we started 20 minutes early backstage trying to get Mikey going here tonight, and I didn't gather anything else up because I figured he would have something to talk about, but we couldn't get it to work. So we'll have to work on that for Mikey. So anyway, doggone it. Anybody know of any new vehicles coming out? I know of a couple, but I'm not going to say until I know for sure. But I didn't know if there's anything in the rumor mill going here in chat. Anybody seen any Bigfoots lately or anything? Yes, that's a no. Either that or y'all need to type faster. Okay, well, with that said, I'm going to go ahead and step aside here and not bore you guys for another 20 more minutes to make an hour. So we appreciate you tuning in tonight. Sorry we're a little on the short end here, but we just wanted to get the information out for Jamie and the crew for the Eastern Maryland pool this Saturday night. And, of course, go over a little bit of the scheduling coming up here. It looks to be a great year of pulling. Vehicle numbers should be up more than last year. And we definitely Definitely got plenty of hooks, that's for sure. And yeah, yep, for sure. And pulling into October, that's great. It's great because it seems like our season's done, around Frederick, and you get into October, it's like, man, it's warm weather. We should still be pulling for points and stuff. So Delaware's seen that, and Delaware scheduled in October, so that's great. Fit in with their racing schedule. And if you haven't been to that Delmar event, come support it. You talk about a huge crowd. Holy moly. Her first pulling event, they knocked it out of the park. Huge crowd. In fact, the promoter said probably the largest crowd he's ever seen there. That made us feel good, and we're back twice this year for that. So that's great. That's what we like to hear. Okay, thanks for joining in. We'll be back obviously next Wednesday, and we'll be discussing. Absolutely, David. I'll be at every one of them. I'll be at all the events this year. I did miss 7. I missed 8 last year from sickness. So, Lynn, putting a 350 on a lawnmower. That's have fun with that. That sounds like a lot of fun. Yeah, Olin just mentioned that. A lot of the antique club there are farmers, and most of them are in the fields right now. So that's understandable too, for canceling their event, for not having the help, and that's why I don't have the help, because you know what, the paycheck comes first. You got to farm. It's time to farm. It's time to farm. So perfectly understandable. She is not sick. She is working. She had a client, something to do with a client or something, taxes or something or another. I don't know, but all I know is she's working. That's why she's not here. She'll be back here next Wednesday, I'm sure. But we'll definitely be back next Wednesday, 7 o'clock, with results from Easton, and we look forward to a great event Saturday night, and we hope to see you all there too. And I got to get switched over here. Of course, I've had I've got the scroller running down at the bottom of the screen. So if you can at all make it, please come to Eastern Maryland this Saturday night. Support the pool, support Jamie and the crew, support East Coast Pro Pulling, support Interstate Pullers. Come out to a pool and support them all, because we need them all. With that said, we'll see you next Wednesday. Thanks for tuning in. Hit that like, thumbs up, all that good stuff. Do all the things, I guess, as some of the people say. Do all the things. We appreciate it, and it looks good for YouTube. And yeah, it's time to get this channel cranking again for sure. So I mentioned to get some new footage, and that's what we're going to be doing. So we'll see you Saturday, and hopefully at the pool. And if not, we'll see you next Wednesday. And it's all good. We'll see you next Wednesday.